Sixes and Terramon's creeping into the market. Opened up, 8s, went to 9s, now back to 7s. 8 to 1 bar those 4. And Cacoethis, I think, is going to be one of the last. Let's go to Peter.
Yes, Cacoethis is the last in, that's it. All 11 installed for the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes of 1990, and they're running. Belmez shows fast on the inside, then Assatis. Cacoethis up with the pace in the wings, is going right up there to join them. In the wings, going on now with Old Vic on his outside, and Sapience has gone right up to dispute the lead as well. And it's in the wings with Sapience on the inside. Old Vic towards the outer. Belmez and Hussian just in behind them. Then Cacoethis, who's been dropped back behind Cacoethis' is Legal Case. And then comes Terriman and then Charmer. And Assatis, unbeaten previously over this course, is the back marker at the moment, as Old Vic and Steve Cawthon are the leaders now. From on the inside, Sapience. Towards the outside is Limeburn. Just in behind Limeburn is Belmez, and in the wings, and then Hussian behind Hussian is Legal Case. And still Assatis the back marker, and Old Vic making it. Old Vic from Limeburn in second, Sapience is third. Then in the wings 4, Belmez just in behind him, and behind Belmez on his outside is Hussian. Behind Hussian then is Cacoethis, and then Terriman. And still the back marker is Assatis, with Charmer dropping back too. They're past the 6th pole, and Old Vic is still the leader from Limeburn, intended to be the pacemaker for Cacoethis in second. Sapience is third. Then comes in the wings on the inside with Belmez, then Hussian making ground towards the outer. Cacoethis is getting closer now. Terriman has got a lot to do. Old Vic has a 3-length advantage now as they race to the half-mile pole. And it's Old Vic from on the inside in the wings. Sapience has gone third. Belmez is right there with Cacoethis improving. Rounding the home turn, it's a Sheikh Mohammed 1-2 at the moment, with Old Vic the leader from Belmez in second. Cacoethis third. Sapience is dropping out of it. Assatis is improving fast towards the stand side, but it's Old Vic being pressed by Belmez, then Cacoethis, and then Assatis under pressure. It's Belmez and Michael Kinane who've taken it up now from Old Vic, with Cacoethis third and Assatis 4, and Assatis still improving. Belmez and Old Vic fighting it out in the Mohammed colours, with Assatis still coming there. Old Vic is fighting back, but the 3-year-old has the advantage. It's Belmez from Old Vic with Assatis third as they race over the closing stages. Old Vic is fighting back. It's going to be a photo, but Belmez has just won it from Old Vic with third Assatis and 4 Cacoethis. Behind them came in the wings and Terriman, and behind Terriman was Charmer, and behind Charmer was Hussian, and then Sapience and Legal Case. And last was Limeburn. Officially it was a photo, but I think there's little doubt that Belmez, the only 3-year-old in the race, number 13, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Henry Cecil and ridden by Michael Kinane, has beaten number 10, Old Vic, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Henry Cecil and ridden by Steve Cawthon. So a scintillating 1-2 for Henry Cecil and a 3-4 for Guy Harwood, with Assatis third and Cacoethis fourth.
The greatest big race jockey in Europe, Michael Kinane's becoming. He's fallen in for yet another major success. He comes to take it up off the stable companion Old Vic early in the straight, and although Belmez started to hang a little bit to the left, Michael straightened him out. There he's hanging to the left again. Steve Cawthon and Old Vic have never given up. They've rallied back, and look at Assatis back in third. His first defeat at Ascot, but what a glorious defeat.
I don't think I've ever seen Steve Cawthon put more in a finish, because that's his stable companion just on his outside. He could have ridden this, don't forget. He chose Old Vic. Well, both these horses have given all. I thought for a moment Old Vic was going to hang on, but don't forget he's been off the racecourse for quite a long time. He's only had the 1 run this year, but to take nothing away from Belmez, perhaps the best 3-year-old in Europe, or he's asked after that crown later on this season.
Now what a triumph this is for Henry Cecil. 1-2, 2 horses that he had to beg the owner to run. Belmez, as you can see, not by any means running on rails. And Old Vic, he's already getting very, very tired indeed. He's wandering under Steve Cawthon. But look at the drive of Michael Kinane as he's pulled his whip through to his left hand there. Steve Cawthon, as Jimmy said, riding the strongest finish imaginable. The Sheikh Mohammed's first and second. Look back to In the Wings, who's fifth.
So Belmez by El Gran Senor, out of Grace Note by Topville, becomes the 21st three-year-old to win the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes. Julie Cecil there congratulating him, Henry Cecil congratulating him, Michael Kinane there, the amazingly successful big race rider who of course achieved an all-time